Hi guys, welcome to another crochet along tutorial. Today we're going to be crocheting granny square number 5. So grab your yarn and your hook and let's get started. So we're going to be starting with a slip knot, and we are just going to make a short chain of 4 stitches. So I'll get my slip knot made. Here we go. And now I will just chain 4. So you're on 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to go back to the very first stitch of our chain, insert our hook, pull some yarn through, and we're just going to slip stitch. So there's going to be this little space in the middle, right in there. That's going to be where we're going to be stitching. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to make a double crochet. See, it's right through that stitch. So I'll close out my double crochet, and then I'm going to chain 3, and then we're going to make 2 double crochets. So we've got our first, and then our second, and then chain 3, and then go back here, make another 2 double crochets, and chain 3, and another set of double crochets, and chain 3, and now we've gotten all the way around. So I'm going to look for the top stitch right here on my chain, and I'm just going to insert the hook, and we're going to slip stitch, and that is the end of row 1. So for our second row, we're going to start by chaining 2, and then we're going to double crochet in this space between our 2 double crochets. So insert our hook, and we make a double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, and then in this corner, which was our chain 3, we're going to make 2 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 3, and then 2 more double crochets. And then we're going to chain 1 after this, so I'll get my second double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to make 2 double crochets in this space in between the 2 double crochets from our previous row. And then we chain 1, and we're back to a corner. So now we're going to just crochet our 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets. So we're going to be working each of the corners of the granny square in that way. So I've got, let's see, my 3, and now back to my 2 double crochets. So I got my first one and then my second one. All right, and we chain 1, and we're back to this 2 double crochet space, so 2 double crochets, and then chain 1, and then we're back to the next little corner of the granny square. So we do the same, 2 double crochets, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets. And now chain 1. We're back to our double crochets, so 2 double crochets in this little space, and then chain 1, and we work the last couple stitches in this last little corner of our granny square. So I'll do my last 2 double crochets, and then I chain 1, and we're going to look for the top stitch right next to our chain. So see the chain in the first little double crochet, that's where we're going to insert our hook, and that is row number 2. So for row number 3, we chain 2, and then in this little space, oh, it's chain 2 and then 1 more, sorry, because we're going to be working here in this little space between these 2. We're going to double crochet, or we're going to make 1 double crochet, and then I chain 1, and then I work the corner stitches the same way that I had before. So 2 double crochets, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets, This row is just a little bit different than the previous row, so we're just going to be crocheting 1 double crochet instead of 2. So we did our chain 1, and now we make our double crochet in the chain 1, and then we go to the next double crochet space and we chain 1. We make a double crochet and then we chain 1, and then between these next 2 stitches we also make a 1 double crochet and then chain 1, and that brings us back to the next corner. So I've got my chain 3 and then my 2 double crochets, and then chain 1, and then between these 2 double crochets we make our single double crochet, chain 1. In this next one we make our other double crochet, chain 1, and in this last one also a double crochet and chain 1, and now we're back to the next corner. So I've got my 2 double crochets, chain 3, and then 2 double crochets. So that's 1, and the second one, and then chain 1. In our 2 double crochet, we're just going to crochet a single double crochet, then chain 1, find the next double crochet space, make 1 double crochet, chain 1, and the last double crochet, 2 double crochet space, we do the same, and that brings us to our next corner. And got my last 2 double crochets for the corner, chain 1. See, we're going to have another little space in here, so we're going to make 1 last double crochet. I got to finish that. There we go. And then I'll chain 1, and we just join up our row. So I'll insert my hook right by the chain. So it was going to be that plus 1 stitch right over here, and that finishes off this row. So now this next row is just a single crochet in every one of these stitches. So everywhere you see an available stitch right there, see, we're going to chain, we're going to make 1 single crochet, except for the corner. So when we get to the corner, you're going to crochet 5 single crochets, and that will make our corner nice and pointed. So, and then we go to the next stitch, single crochet, and we're just going to keep working single crochets throughout the entire granny square. Just remember to make 5 single crochets on the corner. I've worked my way around the granny square, and now I'm at the last stitch. So see, it's not a very easy stitch to see, so I just crocheted right between the 2 double crochets. I didn't try to go between the chains. And then we're going to go to the stitch right next to our chain and just slip stitch. And for our last row, we make a chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in each of the stitches. So we're just going to make a single double crochet in every stitch until we get to the corner, because this one's going to be a little bit different. So here at the corner, you know how we made 5 single crochets? Well, in the middle one, so in the 3rd double crochet, we're going to crochet 3 double crochets. So I've gotten to the middle stitch, so now I just make 3 double crochets in this same stitch. So I got 3, and now I move on, and just a single double crochet in every stitch until I get to the end. So I've reached the end again. So here's my last double crochet of the row. Then I just join up the row, so I find that stitch above the chain, and then I slip stitch, and we are done. And that is granny square number 5. So if you have any questions or any comments, please leave them down below. If you like the content and want to see more, please be sure to subscribe, and thanks for watching.